renew us for a good year.
Amen.
May it be a healthy year.
May it be a year of peace. May we have the strength. May we have the strength to make it so. To make it so. Shana Tova, Le'omen Israel, Le'omen
I grew up thinking that anything was an opportunity to give each other a good laugh. And I love that in the congregation. I tell jokes on Yom Kippur. I always make sure there's a good joke on Yom Kippur because we're going to cry a lot together because Yom Kippur is a serious day. But you know, you can cry a lot better together if you've had a good laugh first.
Before we give each other this very final blessing and celebrate the new year in a way that is filled with singing and dancing, I have just a few things I have to tell you. First thing I have to tell you is I heard on Rosh Hashanah that I was pregnant, and I'm not. Someone else told me. I will say, not lightly. I think not when you get to that place in your life where you think you may not have any other children. It's a very difficult place. So I don't say that lightly, but it's not now. I promise. The other thing is, I'm very grateful to you for this sabbatical. I can't tell you what it means to me, and that you would be so generous. And the other thing I have to tell you is, someone asked me if I was going alone. How did I have to leave my children for the weekend? So the plan is, and I'm glad they're not here right now. The plan is that, oh, they are here. Hi, Sarita. We're discussing this. The biggest question I think I got after Rosh Hashanah was, what is a schmalteri? So, this is a schmalteri. Sitting here all day, I'm waiting for you. It's for you. You can take a look. This is the real thing. This is what people used to bring home, you know? Why we have this, why there are so many cardiologists. You hear about God a lot. But I have to tell all of you a secret that may not be a secret to all of you at all. That even though grown-ups talk about God an awful lot, most of the time we don't know what we're talking about. But we try, we keep reaching because we have this feeling that if we could only figure out how God works in our lives, that maybe we would feel better inside. As the gates begin to close.
God, we stand in awe before your deed.
Be our refuge and shield us from danger. Assure us joy and honor as the gates begin begin to close.
God, we stand in awe before your deed.
Be gracious to us and compassionate. Let your judgment fall on tyrants and those who make war as the gates begin to close.
God, we stand in awe before your deed.
Remember the merits of our mothers and fathers. Renew in us their spirit and faith as the gates begin to close.
God, we stand in awe before your deed.
Proclaim this a year of favor. Return the remnant of your flock to honor and glory as the gates begin to close.
God of awesome deeds, oh God of awesome deeds, grant us pardon as the gates begin to close.
We give each other this blessing. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God's love continue to shine upon you and be kind to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yaseh lecha shalom. May God's presence always be with you and with all the people that you love, and give you the greatest gift of all, the gift of shalom, the gift of peace and wholeness in our own hearts, in our homes, in our community, and God willing soon for everyone's sake. Let there be peace on this planet. Gemar Chatima Tova. May we all be inscribed in the book of life for another year and come together next Rosh Hashanah with a celebration of a great year that we've had and looking forward to an even better year than the one that we are about to receive. May God bless all of you. We say together, Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. Amen.
I've learned more about God from my 3 children than from any other part of my life, including study and my own prayer and my own hopes for knowing how to bring God's presence into my life and the life of others. The most I've learned is from my children, from the love that I feel for them and the love I get back, and from the struggles. Adina's life has been challenged by birth defects of the heart, of the spine, and various other things that occurred when I was carrying her. So one of the challenges to my life has been to let go of believing that I caused her suffering, because I was the one that carried her when these defects occurred. And that's been a very humbling and difficult challenge. And the only way that I've been able to come through that is with God's help, to let go of that pain so that I can enjoy her, because she is one of those souls that walks in the world and teaches with everything she does. She is a joyful, joy-filled human being that brings love to everything she touches. And when I am sad, it is Adina that smiles at me or gives me a little hug or a kiss that brings me back. Everything I do in my life is different because of what I've learned from Adina and what we've been through together. I am grateful for every celebration I have, no matter how tired I am, no matter how much I don't want to do one more life cycle event for one more person I don't know. I always have Adina's voice in there saying, by the end, Mom, you'll know them. And by the end, you'll be able to be part of a celebration, an important part of somebody's life. And that's really what matters. You know, what matters are the connections we make with each other.
Some people with a heart problem feel like they're not normal. And so I think she talks about that because she wants them to know how I got through all that stuff, and now I'm doing fine and I'm like normal.
when the worst thing in the world happened to Susan when Adina was born, and she was so sick, she said that she found God in places that she never knew God existed. Those couple of days when it was touch and go. And I think her faith has pulled her through all the things that happened to her. And as a result, she's so anxious to give that faith to other people.
I get very sad, and I do get very afraid, and I do feel drained sometimes. I'll never forget the very first time someone died in my arms. As we said the prayers for Adam, we were reciting Psalms, and then we said the Shema as he died. I felt life move inside of me for the first time. I felt little Jacob kick inside of me. And it was just so powerful, but it was so sad. It was overwhelmingly sad that I literally got sick. I was sick for days. I was sick for days. I cried for days. But I think the crying was good. I think it was very sad, and I let go. And someone asked me once, well, why did you go? You know, you were pregnant. And it was a holy moment. You know, you don't turn away from that. But is it draining? Would I turn away from it? No. It's it's the meaning of my life. You know, it's the purpose of my life. And it does make me sad. And it is draining. But that's what life is. Maybe that's another lesson from Adina. You know, there was a time when I think I felt like I wouldn't be able to love her completely because I didn't know how long I would have her in my life. But whew, that was the silliest thing I ever experienced. Because the truth is, I love her more. I love her more, and I won't ever be afraid. I mean, I may be afraid, but it won't stop me. It won't stop me from loving her. And it won't stop me from being in those intimate moments in people's lives.
What happened suddenly?